Hey sis, what is your deal, huh? Seriously, what is the big idea here? Why in the world are you here for me introducing my fiance's family to our family? What game are you trying to play here, huh? Carmen, what on earth are you talking about? You just said you brought over Tony's family to meet our family. You realize that includes me too, right? Besides, if anything, I should be the one asking you what you were trying to pull. I had to hear about this happening from Mom. I almost wasn't able to make it here to meet Tony's parents. Duh, that was kind of the whole point of not telling you to begin with. But I don't get it. I mean, I was so shocked when Mom called me over on the phone to ask me what time I'd be coming over. I told her that I had no idea what she was talking about, and she had to explain to me everything that was going on. I didn't even know what restaurant we were all going to be meeting at. I still can't believe that Mom just had to go out and run her mouth to you. She had no right to tell you that was going on. I was doing so well at making sure you didn't know this was going to be happening, too. But I still don't understand why you wouldn't want me there to meet the family that you're about to marry into. I mean, the rest of the family is all there with you, right? I didn't want you there because I didn't want to suffer the humiliation of having to introduce you as my sister. Surely you could have guessed that much. Oh, wait, what? What is that supposed to mean? You don't really mean that, do you? Of course I do. Just think about it. I went to an Ivy League school and graduated with honors. Tony also went to an amazing school and works for a huge company now. You really think I was ever going to let you go anywhere near my elite fiancé? You didn't even graduate high school. You had to go back to get your GED, and now you just run your sad little shop. Are you kidding me? Did you really think that that's all I've done with my life? Oh, please. I know you try to hide from everyone how sad and pathetic your life really is, but it's high time someone breaks you out of the fantasy world you're living in. That's why you need to learn your place and know that I'm not going to let you near my man. Are you telling me that you're really too embarrassed to have me meet your future in-laws and even your fiancé all because I didn't go to college? You know the whole reason I had to drop out of high school in the first place was because of the horrible car accident I was in. I had to go through months and months of PT and just didn't have the time or energy to put into going to school. But I worked hard after my recovery to be able to go back to school and finish my GED. Well, I'm glad that you're proud of all that, but to me, it's just a big blemish on our family's history. And the fact of the matter is that you still only have your GED. You're nothing. Do you understand that? How can you say that about your own sister? I really just don't get you. Well, it's the truth, so that's all there is to it. Besides, it's clear to me that you were just trying to flirt with my fiancé and steal him from me. You really don't think that that's what was happening, do you? We were just having a friendly conversation about what I do for a living. Tony seems to think it was interesting that I made my living growing and selling my own produce through my cafe. That's all we were talking about. I seriously don't even know why I bother with some poorly educated little nobody like you. You always ruin everything. And who cares about some idiot playing pretend in a cafe? You really think that that's going to last longer than a couple more years? Your business is going to fail and you're going to have nothing to show for your sad, pathetic life. I really wouldn't be so sure about that if I were you. I'll have you know I'm working hard every day to make my cafe succeed. I don't really care at all what you're doing. Just don't try and do anything for attention around my fiancé ever again. It's embarrassing enough just being your sister, but if you're going to try and interfere with my life, then I'm going to make you pay.
Kim, I just wanted to say how great it was getting to meet you today. I was really looking forward to meeting Carmen's family, and I'm glad that you were there. Thank you so much for being so welcoming into your family at home. My parents and I really appreciated it.
Of course, we were all excited to meet the man who was going to be marrying my sister. So I hope that we all have the opportunity to see more of each other in the future. But I guess the next time that's going to happen will be the wedding, so I'll see you then.
Wait. Sorry. There's actually something I wanted to ask you about, if that's all right. You said that your cafe was closed for the day, right? I was just wondering if we wouldn't be able to continue our conversation from earlier for a bit.
I'm sorry, what do you mean by that? I don't quite follow.
Well, you see, I went to an agricultural college, so I just really enjoy talking about farming, especially with other people in the industry. In fact, even my parents' house has a little mini garden where we experiment growing different kinds of crops or things.
Oh, really? Well, I guess that certainly explains why you were so interested in what I do for a living.
And since I live in the city now, I don't have nearly as much as I did back home to be able to grow things. So talking to you was the first time I'd gotten to talk about that kind of thing in a long time. Besides, I just think it's so amazing that you grow your own food and incorporate that into your cafe business. To be honest with you, it's always been a dream of mine to do something like that. So anyways, I just wanted to say once again that I'm happy to have gotten to meet you today. And if it's okay, I'd love to see your garden and cafe one day.
Well, by all means, feel free to stop by while I'm open and I'll arrange a tour for you. In fact, I have a spare corner in my garden that's not really being used. You could grow something there if you wanted.
Wait, really? Do you mean that? That would be amazing. I hope I'm not being forward in saying that I would love for a chance to do that.
Well, as long as you take care of that bit of land and don't make it something I have to look after, it's all yours.
I don't even know what to say. It's been so long since I last got to garden. This is really amazing. I have to say, I'm really quite surprised by you. Carmen told me you two don't get along so well. So this whole time I was expecting you to be some kind of cruel, cold ice queen. But you're just a warm, kind-hearted person with a green thumb.
I really think you're being too kind with that description, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
Wait a second, I got it. What if we hired you to cater our wedding? We would love to have some of your cooking there for everyone.
You want my cafe to cater your wedding with my sister?
Of course. We've already started the plans for the wedding and everything like that, so I know I'm not giving you a lot of time. But even just a simple menu would be amazing. I just think that would be a really special way to feed everyone on the big day.
Wow, Tony, I don't know what to say except that I'm honored that you would ask this of me. But what makes you so sure that my cafe's food is even good enough for all of your guests?
Well, it's just that my parents are going to be there at the wedding, of course, and as you might have noticed, they are getting quite old. Both of them actually have trouble even chewing meat now, so knowing that you have a whole vegetable garden and a menu full of good options in your cafe, I'm sure you're the right choice.
I see. Well, okay then, if you're really sure about this.
Not only that, but I always find wedding food to be so heavy, and I think having more veggies will make everyone feel better and prevent anyone from getting too sleepy. Besides, I have a couple modeling friends who I'm inviting, and they have been bugging me a lot about the menu. So this is also a way to address some of their worries.
I see. Well, I suppose people are wanting to eat more vegetables for all kinds of reasons these days. But anyways, if you're sure you'd like to hire my cafe, we'd be honored to cater your wedding.
Well, thank you so much. I'm so happy that we got to meet each other. This is going to be perfect.
And I'll spend some time thinking of a menu worthy of a wedding. Thank you so much for giving me something to do in my sister's wedding.
No. We're the ones who should be thanking you for being an option.
Of course, but I think it might be best if we keep my involvement a secret from Carmen. I just don't think this would go well if she found out beforehand.
Wait, what? You mean you don't want me to tell my sister that you're catering our wedding?
Well, it's like you said, Carmen and I don't really get along all that well, right? So I think that's why she shouldn't know my role in this. Just tell her you found some standard catering company and leave it at that.
Well, I suppose you would know how your sister would react better than I would. And who knows? Maybe the surprise might help push you two closer.
Yeah, I guess we'll see about that. But anyway, I'll help you out just as long as we keep it a secret from my sister.
Well, okay then. If those are your conditions, then I'll keep my mouth shut. If you just wouldn't mind sending over your menu ideas and rough budgets for them all, that would be great. I can't wait to see the finished product.
Hey, Carmen, what is your deal? Let me back inside, now! Why did you kick me out of your own wedding? What is the matter with you? I was only kicking you out for your own good, you know. Don't you realize that a lowlife like you doesn't belong among all of these successful people? But you were the one that sent me the invitation to be here in the first place. The only reason I sent you an invitation was because I didn't want to hear any crap about not doing so from Mom and Dad. But you should have known that I didn't really want you here. Besides, how can you even afford to take a day off work to come here? I thought you could never take a day off from your cafe. You better run back to your shop and make sure you're not already bankrupt. I'd hate for you to get back just in time for there to be nothing left standing because the bank took their land back. I'll have you know that my cafe is not nearly as small of an operation as you think it is. And I would be more than fine to close the business for a day now and then. So can you please just let me back inside? Oh man, it really is just sad how hard you're trying to prove yourself right now. There's no way I'm ever going to believe that your business is anything but some rinky-dink little business that's on the verge of collapse. You really need to get a grip and realize you're nothing compared to some of the people here at my wedding. Of any, just look at the time. What in the world are we even talking about right now, Carmen? I mean, what are you even doing here this early? The guests for the wedding aren't supposed to show up for another 3 hours or so. Don't tell me that you're actually so stupid that you don't even know how to tell the time. I came here at this time because I have things to get ready, if you must know. And just what is it that you have to get ready, huh? Did you need to try and practice fitting in with all the amazing people who are going to be here? Well, don't bother because I don't want you here anyways, so just go back home and never come back. You really have no idea what you're talking about right now, do you? I know that I've kicked you out and that's enough. There's no place for you here, so why don't you just turn around and let me get married in peace? Just go back to your stupid little cafe and keep it running so you can put it off the inevitable. I'm telling you that I can't just go back to my cafe today. I came here for your wedding and I'm going to see it through. Am I supposed to find that kind of language kind? Or comforting? I'm telling you that I don't want you here, so why don't you just beat it? You really mean it. You really want me to just turn around and leave. Let me break this down for you, but Tony and I went to amazing schools. Everyone who is coming to this wedding are also all of the upper crust of our society and top people in their field. There simply isn't room for a poor little nobody like you to just hang in here. So I don't care what excuses you have to stay longer, but you're simply not wanted. I don't get why you're always putting me down just because I didn't go to college. Aren't you proud of me as a sister for achieving all I have in spite of what I've been through? I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, if all you've done is open up some crappy little cafe, it would just be insulting to you if I'd pretended like I was impressed. Especially when your business just isn't going to last all that long anyways. Speaking of, you should really get back to work now, don't you think? Are you really sure you want me to leave then? How many times are you going to make me repeat myself? Yes, I want you to leave. Go! It really isn't that hard. Just go back to your crappy little cafe to make your crappy little food and serve it to your crappy customers. I see. Well, okay, I can do that, but your guests are going to have to be satisfied with just water then. What are you going on about? I mean that if you want me to go home, then I will, but just make sure to apologize to all your guests. Hey there, Tony. I'm really sorry about this, but I wasn't able to prepare any food for the wedding today. I've got some juice prepared, but you might have to cut them with water to make sure that they last the whole wedding.
Wait, what? Are you serious? What do you mean? What happened?
Well, I was just locked out of the venue and then ordered to go home by Carmen. She told me I didn't belong at the wedding because I'm poor and told me to go back to my cafe.
Are you kidding me? Did she really say that?
She really did. And to think that I was going to write all of this food off. I was going to take on this catering job as a wedding gift to you both, but she turned me away.
Well, hold on a second. I'll deal with this.
Kim, are you there? Why didn't you tell me you were catering my wedding? I didn't know that Tony hired you for that. Well, it's true, and it's why I was at the wedding venue so early. I'd been preparing for this all week, but then you told me to turn around and go home. Well, that's before I knew what was going on. You have to get back here right now. Everyone's about to arrive and there's nothing for anyone to eat. Sorry, but I've already returned to my cafe to do my job like you said. Well, I'm telling you something different now, so hurry up and get back, or else I'm gonna flood your shop with negative reviews. For doing what? Following your orders and turning around? You were the one who canceled my services at the last minute. But you don't understand. You need to get back here right now. Tony is saying that if you don't come back, he won't marry me. Wait, now he's saying that the wedding is off anyways. How did all of this happen so quickly? Why would you ruin my wedding like this? I didn't do anything to ruin your wedding. It's not my fault if your husband didn't know the kind of person you really were. But, I mean, I don't get it. Why would he be taking your side in this? He's not really going to just leave me just because I made fun of your lame job, is he? I think that if you don't know the answer to that question, then you really don't know your fiancé that well at all. I don't know what's going to happen next, but it sounds to me like you two have a lot of talking to do. Just leave me out of it. After that, I heard from Tony that he called the wedding off for the way that Carmen treated me in my job, after explaining the situation to his family, who were all sympathetic towards me and were actually looking forward to talking. They all understood and agreed with his decision. I also explained to my parents the kinds of things that Carmen had been saying about me and how Tony came to find out about all of that. Carmen begged Tony to get back with her, but he refused, after knowing how she felt about small business owners and agriculture workers. A group Tony was quite close with and connected with, he knew he could never be with her. After Tony canceled the wedding, I told him to bring his half of the wedding party to my cafe to enjoy all the food that was meant to serve at his wedding. I met many people who were interested in what I was doing, and my business really began to pick up through their word of mouth. Although my sister might not have gotten married, at least I made a great new friend and many important business connections.
Where are you?
Work. Why?
Ugh, the cops are here.
What do they want?
You. They're saying you ran someone over.
I didn't though. I've been at work since yesterday.
I told them that, but they say your car was there.
God damn it. Tell them to leave if they don't have a warrant. I'm calling my lawyer now.
Okay.
When I come home, Tom's going to get an earful.
Why? Did he take your car again?
Probably. Who else could it be?
Ask him what he's up to, and he's not home right now.
Why is he not home?
I don't know. Anyways, what do I do about the cops? They want to come in.
Well, ask them if they have a warrant. If not, tell them to leave immediately.
Okay.
Hey. Oh, hey. What's up? Nothing much. Just wanted to know where you are. Spent the night at my girlfriend's house. Why? Oh, nothing. Just asking. Did you need anything else? Yeah. What? Why did you do it? Do what? You know what? Just tell me why. You always think that everything that goes wrong is my fault. You crashed my car. How does it have anything to do with that? No, I didn't. I was at my girl's house all of today and yesterday. For crying out loud, Tom. You really want to go through all this? All what? I didn't do anything. Leave me alone. Okay, we'll see about that then. Okay, sure.
They left. I think they're coming to your workplace. Hurry!
I did already, don't worry.
Did you talk to Tom?
That kid will be the death of me.
Did you or not? Also, talk about our son like that.
Yeah, I did. I know he did it. But he's saying he's at his girlfriend's house, doing God knows what.
What's gotten into you, Fred? Why are you being like this?
I'm just sick and tired of this BS.
Pull yourself together. We'll get through this. No need to be so angry.
I'm not. I don't even know anymore.
Okay, just hide for now and try to calm down. Fred? Fred, respond. Please, where are you?
Why'd you testify against me? Dad, it's not fair on the victim if I side with you. But I didn't do anything. It was you. You did it. So why are you lying? I think you need help, Dad. Maybe you hit your head and forgot what happened. I didn't hit my head. I've been at work the past 2 days, working my ass off, and now you're acting as if I've gone senile. You hit someone, Dad. You killed them. I didn't. You did. I know, but you know who doesn't? The cops. So, you admit it was you? Yeah. Is that what you want to hear so badly? I am the one who crashed your car, and now you're going to jail. So, what do you get out of this? Did one of my competitors pay you? No, me and Mom had a talk. And we think it's best if you take a break and give us your company. Break my ass. Is this how you treat your father after so many years? So your mother is in on this too? She didn't tell you? Oops, well, you know now. Okay, it was my fault for trusting you and her. Stop trying to be all high and mighty. I know you're scared shitless. No, I'm calm. Maybe you should try worrying. Say what you want. Tomorrow, your life will be over. How come you're going to kill me as well? Wish I could. But no, Mom is going to testify against you, and so will I. Then when they find you, you'll go to prison for trying to hide along with the charges for the crash. You'll stay there for a while. Try all you will. I'm not going down without a fight. We will see. So, you went against your own husband. Sandra, I loved you and cared for you for so long. Why? Why?
Oh, you're still not arrested?
Is that all you have to say for yourself?
Fred, you already know, so why? Why do you need me to spell it out for you? I told Tom to testify against you, and I will too. Soon, you'll go to prison.
Why? What did I ever do wrong to you to make you like this?
Nothing. Fred, you did nothing. You were always at work. You never cared for me. You never slept with me. You never did anything for me. So why should I love you? For your money? For your house? For your company? What? You never took Tom to any school events. Never asked how he was. You were always at work. Always.
But I had to be, or we wouldn't survive.
We have plenty to survive on. You could have just hired a manager to control everything long ago. But you chose to stay there for days on end. Even months would go by without seeing you.
I need to be here. No one can run the business as well as me. I tried hiring a manager, but the company nearly went bankrupt after a week. You know this. If you needed me to take care of you more, I could have. If you've just asked instead. You were silent the whole time.
If you've just been more attentive, this wouldn't have happened.
Attentive my ass. You think I could read your mind? If I knew you were suffering? I wouldn't have taken so many work hours. I would have given all up for you if you wanted.
You should have been more caring, Fred.
I ask you every day how you were. How our son was every time. You replied with good messages saying that everything was going well and that you loved how hard I was working. But now you choose now to snap to make me look like the bad guy so you can live happily?
I never loved you, Fred.
What? Are you being serious right now?
You never loved me, so I didn't see any reason why I should.
You just take every chance to break me down, don't you? I loved you, Sandra. We had a son together. I dedicated my life to make sure he will be comfortable and even made sure our grandchildren's grandchildren will be happy.
Wow. Are you just showing off your wealth at this point? Look at yourself. All washed up. And for what? So you can be a multi-millionaire?
So you're saying you didn't like the money in the slightest bit? I'm a billionaire. Not that you would know anything about it.
So what? Same thing. And yeah, I love the money.
No, they're not. Now I know what type of person you are. You will soon learn the difference.
I'm so scared. I'm shaking in my boots. Mr. Billionaire?
Screw you.
By the way, Freddy, I cheated on you.
Not surprising at all. Now I don't ever want to know the details.
He slept in our bed. He ate your food. He slept in your house. He wore your clothes. He did your wife. For 2 years.
You bitch!
Now you're mad. Huh.
When this is over, you'll regret everything. I swear on it. Sandra, goodbye. I loved you, but you took that love, chewed it up, and spat it out.
You wanna be a poet now? Don't make me laugh.
Dad, how could you? How could I what? Nikki said she was going to testify against me. She said she was going to tell the court I wasn't with her, and that she picked me up from the crashed car. Who's Nikki? I seem to have forgotten. Maybe I hit my head. Remind me, please? My girlfriend, you douche. Oh, that Nikki, yeah. We had an agreement of sorts. If I remember correctly, it was that I'd pay her to tell on you. What? Tell her to call it off now. Why should I? I paid her 10,000. Are you going to pay me back for it? Please, Dad. I don't want to go to jail. You know, I'm just a kid. I ask why I should. And don't call me your dad. You're a 21-year-old man. Learn to deal with things on your own. I'll call you whatever I want. Anyways, please forgive me. This wasn't even my idea in the first place. Whose idea was it then? Mom told me to blame it on you when I told her what happened. She said she was going to fix it. Oh, really? Well, I knew she was involved, but she planned it all on her own? Yeah, she did. She told me to blame it on you. Okay, and? I'm sorry, please, is there anything I can do? Please just forgive me and call this off. It has gone too far. How dare you get cold feet now? I thought you and your mother wanted this. I just told you, it's all her fault. She told me to do it. I'll forgive you. Really? Thank you so much, Dad. I knew you would forgive me. I never said I'll just do it. You need to testify against your mother, then I'll let you go free. What? Take back what you said about me in court and snitch on your mom. Okay, I will, but make sure you tell Nikki to hold back on testifying against me. Okay, make sure to testify against your mother. You understand? Yeah, it's a deal. Thanks, Dad. No problem, champ. You bastard! What's got you so mad? Finally hear the sentence? For fuck's sake, Dad. I did everything you told me to, but I still got testified against by that bitch. Is that any way to speak about your girlfriend? If she was really my girlfriend, she wouldn't have snitched. I thought you loved her. So you just do this to everyone you love? Use them, and the second you don't need them anymore, throw them away? Ugh, that bitch never loved me. She just used my credit card. Stop swearing at her. You need to understand you're the one at fault. Did you really think I would let you go so easily? Why'd you go back on the agreement? I testified against Mom, and she got sentenced then. After that, Nikki testified against me and told the court everything. And you find this unfair how? We had a deal. A simple deal is not enough to make me forgive you that easily. But what? You're the one who tried to end my life and take my company along with that woman. Well, yeah, but do you really need to get back at us this much? I just allowed the court to decide along with my lawyers. This is the law, not my revenge. This isn't fair though. We just have a public defendant. We couldn't even hire a lawyer. Maybe you should have worked instead of messing about with your unloyal girlfriend and delinquent friends. Me and my mom are going to prison though. I know, my lawyers told me. It's 10 whole years. They added a bunch of years on for other stuff. Yeah, I asked my lawyers to give you the full justice you deserved. Have fun in jail. Fuck you. Good luck in prison.
Honey, let's put all this drama behind us and live like we did before.
Don't call me honey. You hate my guts. 1 second, then honey the other.
I I never hated you. I loved you always. I don't know what I was thinking before.
So now that you have been sentenced and everything has been taken away from you, you come back.
I don't care about that stuff. I just want to love you again. To be with you again.
Shut up. You never loved me.
Let's have another baby, Fred.
Are you insane? After all you put me through, you want me to sweep it all under the rug?
Please, I love you.
Well, I don't.
For Tom's sake, please forgive us.
No.
Please, I love you. Please, just let us go back to normal.
We will never go back to normal. You tried to use our son to conspire against me, and now you want me to forgive you?
I know. I did some horrible things, but please, I wasn't thinking straight.
And what happened to cheating on me? You really think I'm going to let that slide as well?
I didn't cheat on you, Fred. I just lied. I don't know what was going through my head, but I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings.
Sorry isn't going to cut it. I'm done with you, with our son, and this whole family.
Please, Fred.
I'll be getting a divorce as soon as you and your son are arrested.
No, please. We can fix this. Anything but that. Please, Fred. Let's have 2 new babies. That should fix it.
From now on, both of you are disowned. Never speak to me ever again.
Please, forgive us, Fred.
I told you, never speak to me again.
Okay, but I'll never stop loving you, Fred, so please.
Save your breath and just stop. In the end, those 2 were arrested. They are still in prison to this day. I think they are both settling in quite well. Nikki ended up returning my money. She said she didn't deserve it, and she wanted to turn over a new leaf. I had a huge mental breakdown due to all this drama, and realized I had been working myself to death. I don't even know how long I have left, so I decided to live the rest of my life in peace. I ended up selling my huge company for a few $billion. I donated half to charity and $10 million to the family of the man whom Tom ran over. The rest sits in a bank account to collect interest. After that, I ended up moving far away to a small town in the middle of nowhere. Here, no one knows who I am, and everyone is nice and friendly. After being here for a few years, I met this beautiful young woman, Leia, who had been left by her cheating husband with 2 little kids. We met by accident, but we hit it off immediately. I'm happy to call her my wife now. I love her and my 2 new sons.